I'm out on one of my permissions today and it's just a really beautiful Sunday morning, so I thought I'd just come out with the air rifle and see if I could get anything. Now is pretty much the perfect time to be out, I find. It's my favourite time of year because there's still not many leaves on the trees, if any on some, like these beech trees are only just started to bud, and you can still see all the squirrels and all the pigeons in the trees quite easily, and it's pretty warm. So the warmer the weather, a bit like me, they like to come out and do a bit more. You'll see the squirrels running around, young squirrels will be out quite soon, and yeah, everything just starts to move again. You can hear the birds singing, so hopefully we should have a pretty decent bag. I've seen a pigeon fly into a tree up ahead, and there's really good cover from here to there, trees covered in ivy, so I'm going to use those trees to camouflage me on my approach. I just have a peek around the side of this tree just to make sure the pigeon's still there. It is, and the tree offers me a little bit of a rest as well. I'm careful not to have any ivy in front of my barrel that could deflect the pellet. The pellet strikes right in the pigeon's back and he clatters down into a tree in the distance. Really? Well, that shot smacked him in the back. I didn't really have much choice as to what shot to go for, so I went for the heart and lung shot. Now I've just watched it, it flew off really chaotically. So I knew there was a good chance of it going down, and about 100 yards that way it landed into a tree and then dropped like a stone, so it just ran out of oxygen. If a bird's got two legs down or it's flying really erratically, definitely keep an eye on it because it's probably going to drop. I've just had a look for that pigeon and I can't find it anywhere. The vegetation in here is pretty dense with rhododendron and brambles, so I think picking him is going to be more trouble than it's worth, which is a bit of a shame, but at least I know that he's definitely down and definitely dead. I've spotted another pigeon. I make my way over to a solid rest. That way I can be far more sure of my shot than if I was just freehanding it. Give it a little bit of holdover and the pellet drops him off there. I just had quite a nice pigeon there. I shot it and it just dropped off to the right. Now that's not going to be pickable because it went over the fence into a bit of land that's going to be built on, so unfortunately that one's not going to be able to be picked, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, it was a nice shot. One more's just come in. Another pigeon's just come in. So this pigeon was a slightly different range, which is why it's a little bit more blurry. I didn't adjust the side wheel, but did the job just the same. Well, there was certainly no mistake in that one. I went for the next shot, I think it was about 30 yards, so that's one that we definitely will be able to retrieve. Pigeon just behind this big beech tree, so I'm going to use the beech tree as cover, stalk into it, and then hopefully also use the beech tree as a rest. This pigeon's busy preening itself and fluffing up its feathers, so I've just got to wait for its head to become still. And there's my opportunity. That pigeon sat there really calm, not a care in the world, and at 25 yards I just went straight for the headshot. This gun zeroed at 25, so it's pinpoint accurate, and yeah, that was no trouble at all. to another wood now. Still on the search for squirrels. I should put a feeder up, but to be honest, I just find feeder shooting a little bit boring. I like to be constantly moving, and with a feeder that just doesn't happen, even though it is the most effective way to control squirrel numbers. But I will get back into it. I really like just walking through the woods, walking through the fields, and just spotting things and stalking in. Keeps my brain a little bit more entertained than sitting behind a feeder. The constant change of scenery and different vegetation, different wood, different trees is just really nice to pass through, especially when you're on a big permission like this. Well, I didn't have any luck for squirrels in that wood. I was watching a crow's nest for ages, but every time they came they just bombed straight into the nest and then flew straight out, so I never had a chance for a shot. I've just been walking through this wood and a load of pigeons took off out of this tree, but there's one pigeon just left and there's no way I can get a shot through all the twigs and branches from here, so I'm going to have to stalk under here, under this yew tree, and just see if I can find a shot somehow. This time of year I find trainers just a little bit more comfortable and a little bit quieter as well when stalking than heavy boots or wellies. It's nice and dry, so I don't need to worry about getting wet feet. There's still no way of a shot, so I'm just going to have to carry on going through deeper into this little area until I can find a way to get a pellet into him. This wasn't exactly an easy stalk. There was plenty of sticks to get in my way and I had to crawl through some little holes. But I'll tell you now, it was definitely worth it for the end result. The only shot I've got here is a freestanding shot. And the pellet enters right into the heart and lung. Oh, the stalk paid off. I couldn't even film the whole thing because it was just so long. It took probably 10 minutes to get here. I had to stalk along this hedge line as well because all the way across there was always just a stick blocking either a shot to the heart or a shot to the head. So as you saw there was a clear path to the heart. Took it and you just lights out instantly and crashed down into the undergrowth below. The kit I'm using today, I've got my Ratworks tuned HW100. I'm getting just over 100 shots out of this now thanks to the tune and the new cylinder. Links to that will be in the description. I've got the Hawke Sidewinder 30 4.5 to 14 on top. That's how them with SportsMatch mounts, and I'm filming as always with my Eagle Vision side cam, which is absolutely phenomenal. Another freestanding shot here. Pigeon just dropped in on top of me. I raised the rifle, had a little bit of cover, and I go for the heart and lung again. And connect beautifully. I was just after a squirrel and he disappeared, and as he disappeared a pigeon flew in. Only about 25 yards into a big poplar tree, so I dropped him with a heart and lung shot, but he's dropped into some real thick bramble vegetation and just horrible thorny stuff. So I'll go and have a quick look, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to find him or not. Well, that'll just about do us for today. I've had 5 or 6 pigeons, so quite happy with that. It's been a really good weather, not a lot of wind, so yeah, it's made my job real nice. Thanks for watching, see you at the next one. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe. Cheers.